No dirá nada.
¿Mande?
Loadout, sitting on 69 shield, doing a great job. No eliminations yet, but positioned, positioned really well to get shots on these guys in the lower ground.
Yeah, it's people, when you have a sniper in your loader, your favorite thing to do is look for those box window edits and try and pick someone off that is tunnel vision on, putting on some offense. 7th season here, looking to see what he can make happen. He's got a great loadout to box dive. He's actually completely failing the single jump. There it is. He's trying to get up to this cone so he can look through some builds. That's actually ice swank right there. That's swank right there in his face.
Opting to go for the breakdown reset.
Whoa, someone just took him out.
Oh,
I missed that one for a quick second there. Something happened there.
Yeah, something happened there. Ooh, dropping right into, I believe that's E-Girl Duck, right below him there.
Yep.
Gets a great pump shotgun shot on him. Isn't able to follow up for the elimination, but now it's on this low ground. You want to be really careful in this area.
Yeah, it was a nice shot right there. He is on offense. He's looking for that next big shot. Persian tickle goes down right there. Here comes the next one. Mr. Mowgli is also going to get followed up right back to back. Season looking to get a nice set of highlights here because he is on a rampage on the storm line. That's going to allow him to effectively make it on through. He turns around. Little Chucky gets owned too. Chucky's down to the storm here.
Okay, SZN has just gone from 2 to, I believe, 4 eliminations now in that quick timeline. You got to see the importance. Oh, and top 25. He's getting those 3 placement points on the board. You really need to watch and check out these players who decide that they don't want to.
Oh gosh. Walks
Okay.
into right.
Goodbye. Oh, you see, Vinny is in this lobby. He just rifted up into the sky. Colder Void going down to Jasper. E-Girl Duck is still in this. We did see them get cracked earlier, but they're alive. Rio in there as well. We saw how well they performed yesterday.
Yes. And that's one of the risks you take. You try to elevate himself up and over that high ground, you know, because ideally you want to be up at those top places, but the higher you go, the more likely you are to come across players that are just set up, poised, and positioned. 4 players on that rotation. Talk about people that are set up. We have CR100 landing on a setup player here. He's going to land a big 100. Looks for the edit. Does miss it. And it's going to cost him 20 tick to the storm here. He does have impulses. We've seen a fair share of impulse plays. Okay, he is opting to go down to the low ground now.
Yeah, made me feeling a little bit less comfortable after missing that edit in that tight situation. Dropping down, picking up 2 eliminations onto Void and Wheels.
Huge 2 shots right there. And now he's underneath another player here. He is in the lowest levels of this area. Looking for something to do here. As time ticks on, players are dropping. Top 10 now. Looking to get to 5th. You can get to 5 players alive. You will hit the next threshold for some points here. Let's see. As he makes another little window edit here, he does have full control of this area. This guy has to rotate through. Misses the shot right there. Oh, and he's in a box with a player. YouTube Woo gets owned. Shots are traded now. He is so weak. He needs to do something big here or he's going to get taken out to the storm. Can he continue the pressure? Barely and narrowly avoids a stinker on his path through the tunnel. Real's going to get blasted.
France USA TTV doing an excellent job picking up these eliminations. CR1002 cannot take a single tick of storm damage. There you see him going down to Noi, who's able to spot him coming in from the zone. Unicorn, ultimate high ground, but no eliminations yet.
The Swank is still in it to win it. He does have the heavy sniper, so Unicorn is slowly but surely elevating himself. He is not very stable either. He's on some single planks. This can go any which way. Unicorn looking to come down little by little. France USA gets traded out by Noi here.
No more build. Trying to farm up a little bit of a tree, gets 1 more flat. He's going to have to make a decision now. Does drop down, goes for the shotgun shot. He's sitting on top of a campfire.
Last thing Swank wanted was to get shot in the back by Unicorn, so now he's in a weird situation. But he is going to get the big elim, using a storm to his advantage, and it's not enough because Unicorn turns that corner and hits him with something serious.
Perfect timing from Unicorn coming down after that fight. He is able to get the siphon, but it's not enough. Unicorn lands a perfect shot on him.
Yeah, it was a good, like valiant effort, right, to rotate out to that side. He tried to cover, but just was not enough. Here, hopping into the next game, Jammies. We saw Jammies earlier, just putting in good work this week. We'll see what he can do in this game here. Spicy is in a fight with Gucci. And look, Gucci looks like he's winning that battle. And here it is, Jammies trying to position up, poise up here.
Protect the baller.
We also saw Creo earlier today, like, try to save the ridiculous. Sometimes it can cost you.
Protect.
Yeah.
Yeah, he seems to be in a pretty good position. One other player taking shots on him, but he does decide not to spam anymore. And he's
honestly,
just keeping his eye on his bot.
I was gonna say, yeah, just he wants to keep it so safe. He's holding walls here. Nice little way to recognize there's a player weak nearby. He does pick one up here, but choosing to just hold his mats out so he can hold wall in case a sniper shot is opening up or any kind of rocket.
And pick up that loot. He did take advantage of that player being distracted and gets the elimination. We got Naga Bops in here. We got E-Girl Duck. We got I Sit in Ballers, who has 3 eliminations and is not in a baller. So
yeah, so he's probably not going to do too well in this format, unfortunately, as he does not have the vehicle he needs to survive. But we will see. See if he can make me eat my words here as he is putting some pressure down.
Not getting penalized for this position that he's peeking from. Ooh, taking
nice little hip shot.
Take.
Nice little hip fire right there. He did connect. Nice shot right there as well to drop that player off the high ground. But, you know, he just hasn't quite got anything fatal just yet.
A really interesting area that these players are having to rotate through. Lots of high ground, lots of low ground, just these little peaks that they're going to go up and down as the storm starts to move. 2 seconds and it closes. ADR does go down. He's at 4 eliminations total now, looking for a potential heavy sniper play.
Yeah, that was a good little pick right there. He had the prime positioning there. Nice heavy snipe. He's going to open up some builds. And he's going to go ahead and go back to sitting in boxes, not ballers here this time around, as we float around this map here. Let's take a look. Who are we going to hop in with here? Extinct building up over Blurred Phantom. Extinct gets way out of the zone here. Extinct is also in the running here on the boards. He's trying to get as many consistent games as possible. The NA Waste leaderboard is shaping out. Is he going to focus that player at the ultimate high? There's a big fight going on. There's a lot going on here. Players all over the place here.
He's definitely wishing that he did a little bit more aim training this morning. Not getting any of these hits. Oh, but as I say that, proves me wrong. Gets a clean tag onto Minda and gets that elimination. Has these minis in his inventory. Also has the rift to escape if he needs it. But zone's starting to move. All these players starting to rotate. JTV in the top right corner of the screen. Super, super low HP. And Moni and King Jab just sitting on top of this tree in their ballers.
Yeah, it's a good place to hide the baller. It's very hard to be spotted there, especially amongst all the carnage. That is a Fortnite endgame. As 29 players remain, Rucka looking to drop this player in front of him. And he does successfully find the elimination there. That's going to give him a little bit more breather room here. But he does lose his shield now. He's getting
more players need to go down, and these players are going to get the 3-point placement for the board. It is so important that they survive 2 more players. You do not want to go out 26-27.
Nice, lovely trap play. Lovely trap play. That player's on 50 HP. All he has to do is connect here. 133, that's going to take him down. I love when players put traps on floors or ceilings. They are extremely hard to dodge. And he's just going to come out storming, literally out of the storm, storming. But yes, he gets stuck.
He made that initial jump. That's too bad to see. Hate to see it. We got lots of players in the lobby still. Down from, we were just at 27. Now we're down to 15. That's what this zone push looks like. There's so much carnage.
Somehow Extinct has found his way at the ultimate high here. So he used that rift to go to get up there. You see his health was very low though. So he did trade out health for positioning. We'll see how that turns out in just a bit here. Appa Whip looking to target some more players. Stinker is coming out. That player is going to be forced to push right into him. There's so many players nearby. He doesn't even know who to focus yet.
Oh, he's not able to make the edit play out in time and goes down to the Stinker nade.
Good. Forcing players out of ballers now. He doesn't want to have or allow anyone to have any free end games here. Good on him to put some pressure down there, but there are so many players there. Someone has to elevate themselves. Op needs to get higher and higher if he wants to get away from the craziness down there. Riverson, our leader right now, is in this game as well. Every moment matters for these players. Let's see who can consistently come out. We have some top dogs who are fighting for the best spots in the game, going toe-to-toe in the same lobby right now.
Yeah, these guys are almost in that top 10 range right now. Extinct is just raining down RPGs on his opponents. Jammings is unable to keep his position. He is focusing that initial layer right below him. Does shoot down to the base and gets Moni.
Yes. Extinct still targeting players in the air. He needs 3 full seconds to load that RPG. He does it while he has this little bit of downtime here. Still looking to put pressure on the players up above. You don't want them to float around. You want them to get down below you. Put them into the battle. Put them into the fray. Make them do the hard work for you so you can come in the third party.
Down to low ground. Doesn't connect with anyone. Only has 35 AR ammo. He's looking to make a play and lands an elimination on Skep. Quickly able to loot. Doesn't pick up the medium ammo, unfortunately, but does get 4 more rockets.
Here we go. Jammy's in extincts. Another rocket. That's a big pickup for him. That's going to shape the way he can hold this positioning here. Look at how he's slowly but surely getting more and more comfortability, making players fight, forcing the action down here. Oh, Pizzas actually takes out Jammy's. Mr. Moustache has no health. Extinct makes a fatal error and slips off the top build. But he does have the rocket. He is catching his own collateral here.
Yeah, he forces Opa Whip and Mr. Moustache down next to each other. Extinct going for the miss on Moustache, gets it, but it's traded out.
Appa is actually going to come out successful there.
He landed all of his AR shots on him there.
He just, that was everything he had left. He put it on the table. Extinct choked those final moments. With the RPG, he was just catching his own collateral from the explodes there.
Hate to see it. It looked like he was running that lobby there. Does make it into second place, and still great amount of points. He had a lot of elimination and gets, I believe, 7 points towards his total title. We are now into the next game. We've got Void, we've got Migs, we've got Spectru, who are going to come in here and check out how his game's going so far. Able to find 2 eliminate.
Oh, what a sneaky shot on Rio.
Is not having that great a game. We've seen 2 times where he's going out before that 25-person mark, unable to get any of these placement points.
Rio is so good at this game too. It's so unfortunate to see him not come in successful right there. We saw him yesterday place extremely well in the qualifiers. I believe he was first place, representing for Sentinels. But hopping over to Vinny Q here. Let's see what Vinny's got, as Vinny has the best spot on the map right now. So good, in fact, he does not have to put walls around him. Instead, he is floating around his pyramids here. He's got the natural cover he needs. Look at that mobility. Rift to go. And a launch pad.
Yeah, this is a loadout that I would like to have at this point in the game. Getting clean tags onto his opponent. He knows he's low. He needs to make a decision now whether he's going to get aggressive or not. He has this high ground, though.
Yeah, the spot is so good. He's like, oh, I don't want to jump down. Why does it have to end here? There it is.
In the jump pad, he opts to go for the zone instead. Making that decision to go for the placement points is very important, not to get greedy at this point.
He's coming right back for a big pump. 42, he does whiff just a tad bit right there.
As I say, not getting greedy. He goes right on the first player he sees.
Oh, he did not forget. UG Dark was still weak there. Way to keep track and focus and keep your mind in the game here.
Yeah, even under this insane pressure that these players are under, only 2 spots available, getting another one onto 6.
I love how he's playing for the big positions here. He has taken the risk that it takes to make it to the final moments and get as many, elims as possible. Little sneak peek right here. FaZe, High Sky in this game. Typical gamers here as well. A lot of big profiles here. Can Vinny Q step up to the plate and drop some more players? He's on a roll right now. Can he just keep up this momentum here? He does have a rift to go too.
Yeah, he is feeling so safe and confident in this high ground right now. 38 players still remaining in this lobby. The final one will be your victory royale, getting 10 points towards their name on the main board.
Yeah, it looks like he's opting to push his way towards that launch pad that we saw not too far off in the distance. It's going to cost him a little bit, but can he get this elim? Can he make it worth it? Can this trade-off get into his favor? And it is, because the storm's going to take it. So, although he does get healed, he trades 50 full HP. He trades out 50 to pop the rift there.
Yeah, that was a little bit wild there. Doesn't go for the long jump onto the jump pad. Decides to take the rift instead. So much happening during this rotation. This is where you see it quickly drop from that 30 player mark down into the teens potentially. We've got 28 people in this lobby right now as everyone's making a push towards that zone.
That's right. No one wants to get eliminated right now. There's 3 points on the line for just staying alive for 2 more placements. 1 placement. Everyone just got payout. That's a confidence booster for everyone in the lobby to now loosen up and know that this game was worth it in some way, shape, and form. So now Slimesy crossing straight across. We've seen a lot of redeploy today. Pros making redeploy look so useful here. Lock easy gets It's so
typical and
gamer.
easy. Goodbye. That silenced AR, we've seen so much of it today doing work.
All right, so more shots are being traded here as the storm is moving in really fast here. Now it's time to get on out. Baller breaking his builds. You don't really want to target the baller yet. He's contemplating whether or not he wants to shoot it. He's instead focusing on players. PFK, nice shot right there, and a 1 pump on Migs.
So clean right now by Sleazy, making it look easy, getting the shot on all his opponents. He's racked up 4 eliminations so far, and he's on the hunt for this Dark Bomber.
Another one, Subgreed goes down. He's in the box with another player, though. Now everything is on the line if he can hit the shot. Rain.gov actually finds him, rotating from the backside there.
Yeah, he's able to get that siphon health now, makes it into the zone, is editing down towards France, edits back up into Menace, and Synergy go down. France trading out the victor of that engagement. We have Spectre who's still in this baller. Nobody's focusing him yet.
Yep, he's just looking to hop around here. He's got 100 builds. That is very, very good. Trying to float up in those upper layers to just create a little bit of distraction. Is he going to jump out and catch this pump? No, Splodes. That is his worst nightmare here. His worst nightmare is the Splodes. He's found himself in a box with an enemy. It almost looked like multiple grenade launcher shots or crossbows are getting rained down here. Hard to tell as everything is exploding.
Yes, and he's got so much shield to work with. I don't even think he'll have a chance to. Vinny on top with Killer, but Killer manages to get that elimination on him. Damon, Rain, Spectre, and Tai. Last ones in this lobby right now. We got 5 players remaining. Gonna go maybe for the edit below him. I don't know. Does he have
There's
any?
a lot riding on this Elim right here. There's a lot riding on it. Can he catch it?
Ooh.
Nice. Rain.gov goes down. He's going to snatch another one here, putting him back in the game.
Yeah, hearing that high ground RPG, though, is not something you want to mess with. We see players do very, very great things from the low ground against that in the past and yesterday. Yes. But now we got to see what Tai is going to end up doing with this. He does have 12 rockets available to him. Spectral on that low ground has the heavy sniper available. Might try and bring one of these guys down, but he's going for the play up. He gets the shot on Tai. Gets the pump. He's such low health. He's able to break through here and did he just pickaxe him? Or did you shoot him?
He went all the way in for it. That was a great counter push by Oh no, I see 0 in the shotgun. He came out with the pickaxe. It just kind of all happens. I was really focusing on the fact that he made the
into the last one of that. I would be wow. Yeah.
You were on the reins there. I was letting you go down. But nonetheless,
such an entertaining
Spectro,
game.
Congrats.
Wow, another one. It does not stop there with this NA West action. We're coming in. Cruel is a bot.
TTP is a bot. Somehow made it this far. 3 eliminations. Showcase. See Hokage's in this game as well. Okay.
Hokage Vane.
Yeah, there's 2 of them. Yeah. 2 of them. Same team. Interesting. Ryanator. Okay. Looking to get his first elimination here. Can he secure something?
He does have that heavy. He might go for the heavy play.
I love that play right there.
He does. Gets clear shots onto Mateo. Mateo's back to the lobby.
Mateo done forgot that he had builds there. Looks like he was trying to turbo out, but did not connect, unfortunately.
Did not connect his builds. We also have Roma up on the high ground as well. A couple players from the same team, potentially. Gonna learn more about that. PB and Daniele in here. Oh,
surprise! Because up top,
big boy Bloom Riverson, who is at the top of our scoreboard right now and at the top of this lobby, sitting on ultimate high ground, has a great loadout to work with. Doesn't have that AR, but honestly, I've been seeing players utilize this SMG in such a way that you don't need one. Yeah, that's right. And you know, honestly, for Team Liquid, you got to be happy you just recently acquired Riverson here, one of the big announcements in our scene. He is showing up so huge. This is a good debut for Riverson. Can he continue to hold this lead here and put out the numbers? Because that's what matters, that consistency. You've seen him at the high grounds, you've seen him in the low grounds, he's been in the trenches, putting down the pressure. Yeah, and even though he does have the ultimate high ground, he is going to have to make a rotation. You look in the bottom right-hand corner of the screen, the zone is far south. He's going to be okay. Off the mountain, onto another mountain. He does have that redeploy. Right. He does not have to worry. He has all the shields. Even if he gets tagged up a little bit, as long as he's not eliminated, he's going to be able to shield up, box up, get safe again, probably secure the high ground again if we're talking about Riverson. We've seen a surprisingly like a high amount of redeploy. I'm actually very, very surprised and pleasantly surprised at that because these guys are, they're making it work. Like, you know, I hold redeploy and I use it in build battle on accident and get wrecked for it. These guys, they don't make mistakes. They use it proper. So here it is. He doesn't even, I like this too. He's going on foot here. He's on the hunt as opposed to just floating away, right? He can float away at any moment here, any moment he wants to. Why float away when you can pick up all these eliminations? That's exactly what I'm trying to get at because he is on the hunt. Yeah, coming down slowly. A couple players behind him, Caden and Fell. Fell managed to take out Caden. We got lots of players coming down the hill right now. Big push by everybody. And you see right there a simple redeploy push onto the high ground.
Oh my gosh, look at how high he built up here. And he put a trap for good measure in case anyone wants to test him, try their luck against Riverson. It's Joel who's going to land in between the box. Oh, he was about to go for that pickaxe play, but he recognized that Riverson is on the way down. Riverson is toe-to-toe with him right now.
Yeah, he is no one to be messed with. You are not going to pull off a pickaxe play against him. Gets a clean pump on Cruels. That was our elimination leader. Yes.
Cruels is down here.
Oh, and a hand cannon in his inventory. You really don't see players at this level using it anymore, but maybe he is insane with it. We'll have to see.
You got what you got, and you got to make it work. Sometimes it just be like that. Here it is. He's looking for the edit. Doesn't quite get it.
Ooh.
Joel gets a big shot right there. Oh, that was actually snagged away from him. He couldn't even secure that, unfortunately.
Unfortunate for Joel. Luckily, he is on the full health and full shield right now. Doesn't need the siphon, but would have loved to have that extra elimination point. He has made it into zone now. Players pushing in next to him. Tries to get the edit play, and lots of people dropping on him.
I like what he did there. He lowers his elevation here, recognizing that he was just landed on. He didn't want to go for that shotgun battle, but nonetheless, he's still going to get really punished for being in the storm here. Notice how he pulled out those impulses. He thought about blasting himself across, but there's nowhere to go. It's too congested.
Yeah, he does only have one. He wants to utilize this in the best way possible. Does get another elimination on Parm. Right away brought back up to 75 health, but loses all his shield.
He traded out the impulse for the Chug Jug and finds himself another elimination on there.
There's no way he's getting the Chug Jug on.
Yeah, he has way more than 2 eliminations here. I thought for a second that he might have been missing out on some. No, but they're just not tracking up. Sometimes it does just trip just a little bit. So Joel is on fire here, guys. He can totally make this a huge game for himself.
What?
50 seconds. Can he pop it?
15 seconds.
I mean, it's starting to move soon.
Oh my gosh, if he pulls it off in the 9th zone, that is so impressive on his part. He is going to stick it. We got Roma, we got Leadersman, Hion.
He's committed, he pulled it off.
Right. And then gets a free rift up into the sky.
Perfect case scenario for Joel as he gets pulled up to the sky here. Now it's time to dive down.
Oh, and that high ground is getting exploded from the low ground. He is going to go
landed on it.
With Joel versus Caminus. Caminus takes a shot. They're both missing. Joel does end up getting that last pump, but he's coming down.
He doesn't have any more health. He cannot afford to get ticked here. It will damage him for too much. Now looking to just lower himself. He was right underneath the enemy opponent. He went from great to not so great. That's one tick. Can he survive? He's out. He made it out.
Oh, he's going to get ticked.
I don't think it's enough.
No.
Okay, he's still in it.
Gosh, he's still...
Don't count him out.
Oh, there he has to run out into the zone a little bit. Eisen's also sitting on that 1 health. If he gets the edit play out
Final moment. Can he land a big shot? And he does. Loadsman wins the game.
Eisen goes down to the zone.
So the storm,
Loadsman doesn't get the elimination on him, but he does get that victory royale, taking home 11 points for the board. He's got to be happy with that, but wow, what did we just watch?
That was close. The Storm almost won. The Storm won that game for Loadsman, quite honestly, because at the end there, no elims were secured.
No elims were secured, but, you know, knowing that they're going up that hill, having that premonition, just building up, making the play. But it is going to get broken down for us. Bala, Sundown, how you guys doing?
Hey, Kitty, yeah, we do have a little bit of that Sundown rundown coming up. Just after, I mean, these games are crazy, Sundown. Let's just get right into it, man.
Yeah, these games absolutely crazy indeed. So we're gonna take a look at some of pretty absurd double kills that come out from here. So first you got Slimies picking up back-to-back doubles. So let's jump on in and see what he does super well here. Getting into the zone, getting the rotation, and then turning back right away with a little bit of that gatekeeping and then covering his back. And then again, finding the players on the edge of the storm and rotating too. Those huge eliminations setting him up to be in a great spot. So now we're gonna jump on over with Spectru as well. Another double elimination here. So doesn't get the first one, gets a little bit of pressure there onto Rain, but that then gives him the room to be able to build up and start to challenge towards this high ground and give him a little bit more space. You can see now he's ramping out and he's able to look back, get an evaluation on where players are, and then go forward from here. So that one elim, now he's ramping out towards the side, trying to bait these players out, and he's able to start working his way up from ultimate low ground to be challenging these players on the high ground tarp. And now, boom, he all of a sudden from ultimate low ground, off of that one elimination, picks up the high ground and then is able to take home the victory out. So that's huge. But we're going to take a look at the standings. There's 30 minutes left in the queue time. All of these players get a 3-hour window balla, or 10 games maximum. And I mean, the spread from first to 6 right now is 6 points. I mean, let's go down to 7. 7 points, first to 7th, with 30 minutes left. Snow up there, Andrew up there, Riversun, Iaxe, Instinct, Johnny up there as well. A winner from the Blackheart, like.
Yeah, it's within 1 victory royale for any of these guys on this page right here. That's crazy, Sundown. We saw it right before this. It was so close, and then Riversun actually drops to 3rd. So it's going to be only 2 spots. I think we quite forget that. Only 2.
2 spots total. So only those top 2 players. You need to be one of 2. We already qualified through 17 other players. If you watched earlier in the day, we've touched on all of those guys, but you can also take a look on our socials. Use that hashtag Fortnite World Cup. Tweet at us, BallaTW, XSundown, O is a 0. Let us know what your thoughts are, who you're keeping an eye on, who's qualified that you think will be able to take home that #1 spot. I mean, it's been absolutely incredible, but we're going to go right back into the matches. We're not done yet. Kitty and Monster, take it away.
Thank you, Sundown and Balla. Awesome little breakdown and catch-up right there. The standings are really shaking up. Talk about it. We're here with Johnny, who you saw on the boards as well. So, such a tight race right now with only 30 minutes up. And like they said, get on the medias. Send them in because it's shaping out. Who do you got your money on here? This is the final moments here, Kitty.
Yeah, NA West is really like the Wild West. A lot of those players I've never seen before. So excited to see players making a name for themselves. But like they touched on earlier, only 2 of those players are going through to World Cup.
Yeah. It's a tough one at the top there. 2 players. I can't imagine. I thought, you know, the OCE and Asia, Brazil region had a tough time. It's also equally as tough for NA, right? Because NA West only has 2 players. So this is a very, very important final moment for a lot of these guys. Very important defining moment.
Yeah, when you think of the 2 players out of the 3,000, out of the tens of millions, it's insane the amount of competition here today. Everyone is vying for that 1 spot, 2 spots.
You want to just get that pressure off your back. If you can get week 1, it's such a huge accomplishment.
Yeah, don't forget we do have 5 weeks for these players to be qualifying for the solos and 5 weeks of duos, 10 weeks total leading up to the World Cup, end of July. And now we're spectating Kick. He's got 2 eliminations. He's got a nice little setup, 3 med kits. I hope he doesn't have to use all 3.
Yep, and just another fun fact, guys, we're hopping into the action at Zone 5, so we're cutting all that mid-game, early game slacking, giving you guys pure action to the end here. So there will not be a beat missed because we're trying to catch everything as Kick slow grow out of this lobby right there. And now he's back in the baller to make a move. Is he going to go snatch up some loot here? Nope, he doesn't even care about it. He wants to get to the next best position so that he can just base up and hang out. And this is really, this is really what makes the baller so strong, is the fact that you just have that speed mobility to cut across the field like that, risk-free. But here we have
Code Unicorn going down in the corner to Jay. Soji right on top there too. We'll see if there's a bit of an engagement there. Lots going on during this rotation. Only 23 in this lobby. This is a very low pop lobby compared to some of the other ones we've been seeing before. For it being only the 6th zone, probably a lot of action leading up to this. But now we're spectating Penguin, who has that shotgun, has that AR, and the redeploy, and nothing else. Yeah, it's so crazy depending on what lobbies you get in, because when you're at the tail ends, players are looking to burn as many, sometimes all of their additional games that they can, because they just don't have the time to stretch things out. So it's also a strategy to get all of your games in effectively. Occasionally you'll find yourself in these end games where there's just not that many players left, and that's why we see more ballers here. So there's a direct correlation between how many players W key versus how many players are looking to play.
Cada vez que llegan es que estoy grabando desde mi celular.
Jump pad, getting pushed down, another opponent going for it as well.
Disculpen las
Taking out
notificaciones y
Bolt's
eso
in the
que
flank.
ya.
Bolt's not building at all
Y
behind him,
no
not
olviden
worried about
dejar
people
su
coming
like y
behind him, and
suscribirse al
Penguin
canal,
just
por
taking
favor.
advantage of that.
All right, at least that time he does get an effective launch pad off. He sees a little moment to go for the high ground. He is baiting it, doesn't quite land it, so he's going to opt to get really deep here. He lands it in the box. On surprise, Mellow Penguin with a huge shot right there. That's one big elimination for him. That's going to put him back in this game, or keep him in this game for that matter.
Yeah, great shot to land, coming in there, catching his opponent off guard. Now he's popping that, what do we call it, poison trap.
Poison darts,
which
yes.
does work for, I believe, 3 boxes of opponents that run near it. When you put it down like that, anyone that runs over you will have that tick on them.
Yeah, it has quite the range, that's for sure.
Yeah, I think it's very underrated. A lot of the players that we've been seeing eliminations from today have been from that. Now we're spectating Wheels. No eliminations yet, but he's making a great play in towards zone, making sure to channel, cover up his back, and not have anyone shoot him.
Yeah, this would be a good place to start looking for elims, especially those on the lowest levels, but instead he's going to snatch that one out from someone who was putting in all the work there. One AR shot's going to land there. Good skill of tarping here. He's not over-committing too much. Oh, and that's why there's so many players nearby.
Yeah, so many players on that low ground, just 1v1 away from each other. Kick is found his way into his baller still. No one's taken it out yet. He is the last baller. It may look to be focused if these guys are able to notice where he is, but he's just perched up on the side of the hill. And oh, as I say that, it does get broken right next to his opponent, going for the shot, getting a few SMG sprays, is able to break off that shield, but unable to follow it up for an
This is a tough rotation to make too. They're going up the mountain as they're fighting against one another. 4 players are fighting in this lower level. There's 7 players remaining in this game, so not only is there shots coming from above, but there are multiple players in the same layers, sharing, quite literally sharing ramps. And look at that, jumps down, hits a big 94 here. Now that the zone is favoring him, check the edit. He's editing off of the right camera angles because he is safe, so to minimize his cover. Now that he's got the player in the zone, he's raised up one more level. He's not going to give this one up. Another shot right there. Code Rift's going to go down. That's a launch pad. Is he going to use the zone to his benefit to get up? We will find out in just a bit. Kick now, still in the baller. Actually, I lied. He's still in the bottom baller down here. Johnny at the top with 7 elims.
So low. How did no one finish it off? That's insane. Ooh, Johnny, 8 eliminations. He has a legendary assault rifle, a legendary pump to work with, able to shoot down through his edit and get that elimination. Only 2 remaining below him. We'll see if he decides to drop down, when he decides to drop down. There's a lot of strategy in this.
That's right. There's 3 players remaining, all of them looking to get as late as they can. Johnny's saying, hey, you know what? You guys are down there. You still haven't went toe-to-toe. I'm going to sit on this campfire and wait it out. Jammies knows that he has to go for it. And just like that, Wheels and Jammies trade shots.
Great play by Johnny. He does rely that the opponents don't have any healing, though. So, and trusting that neither is going to get a siphon during that elimination. But, you know, he just had a great awareness of the field and gets that victory right out. Plus 8 eliminations, 18 points on the board for Johnny. That's right. As much as he might have wanted those elims, they were slipped away from his grasp. Now hopping into the next game here. A little bit of K-Sid. Fright hitting up the 4 elims there. Branchies and Harrians in here. Jacob loves you. Howdy. All players that we have been seeing over the last couple days. Yep, there's Howdy. Yep. Howdy. Yep. Howdy. Yep. He had some nasty highlights earlier today. Had some good showcasing of Howdy. I love the unrecognized talent coming in here, trying to make a big name for themselves. Not only because a lot of these pros, quite honestly, have the respect from their peers, right? The other pro communities. They all know, all the pros know each other. But you got to get your name out there to the wide audience, that broader audience. All of you guys tuning in here as we're hopping into mid-games, guys. We are trying to catch as much action here. We're in the final breathing moments of NA West here. World Cup qualifiers, day 2. Trying to make it a main stage finals in New York City. We're getting so close. Only 2 positions today for the NA West players out of 3,000 currently playing in the event. Oh, it's the second time we see Cruel as a bot get just owned on a shotgun play. person marked, unable to get those placement points. Hopefully he was able to secure some eliminations before that. But lots of players here stacked on top of each other. Harrians is in not quite the ultimate high ground, but does have the high ground for now. Not really making any plays, looking to take over his opponent's base here, and does have access to that RPG. May go to use it, but it's one of those things, the later you use it in the game, the more value that it can have for you.
Yeah, I love what Herons is doing here. He was actually using their ramp and holding the edit so you can see straight through, seeing if the player would walk into him. He's giving himself a little more real estate on the backside so that he can make a play. He's still indecisive, but he's going to find Logic, spams LT. Nice pickup right there. He's going to jump right in for those resources now and then probably go back up to his little safe spot here because he was not done up there.
Oh, he is on the edge of this zone, though. The next zone is going to be moving in his favor. He starts to box up here, replace what's not his, and use any of the extra resources that he found as well to make the tunnel.
That's right. Tons of metal here. This is going to be the most reinforced space that he can make for the time being. Looking on over to the wider scale of things. Thunder Power nearby. Rich Homie Quinn. Zen's in a baller. Fisco is on foot. And there's a couple of vehicles in play here. Jasper on YT. Hopping back to Steam, who we started this all off with. He still have his rip to go. Someone's going to land on him. And that's not... Well, that was his trap. It actually was his trap. A swift trap play right there is going to own Jacob. Bye-bye, Jacob. And then Jacob, of course, starts to block with the ramp.
And because he moved, he did not get hit by that RPG from above. Someone wasting that. He does have access to this rift to move into the zone, but I like this play to go on by foot. He's confident in his shotgun shot right now. If he finds anybody, that's an extra elimination and that extra that siphon shield to top him off.
Right, and more importantly, he recognizes all the ballers down in the low ground is giving him a little bit of a problem, so he raises himself, get himself out of that weird situation, put himself in a better place. But Steam is now hovering over some of the air there. He's got to be very careful. Jumping on over to Ill Chase, who's got 4 eliminations. Battle nearby, 105 to GRDNT. Phonixa, who's going to go straight down. 5 eliminations for Chase. There's a lot of players going on. It's a lot of elevation here as well.
2 jump pads, but great vibes. Takes a jump pad
and a geyser
and gets blocked. Unfortunately, unable to use those. But a lot of players either intentionally jumping onto this geyser or accidentally getting caught in this geyser, getting put up into the air. Lifty on Twitch is able to get these 2 minis off. No eliminations so far, sitting on 80 builds. You guys know how quickly this goes. I don't know if he's aware that he's going to be going out of it right now.
That's it. He's out of builds. He went up so that he can find himself a little breather, but with 18 players left, this is so congested. He's probably better off punching through someone's box right now with that heavy sniper, and here it is. He goes for it. It's Fright who's going to go down, and Fright was doing so well. Actually couldn't snag the builds, but he gets another one. It's Steam. Now he's looking to battle his way out the zone. He is back in his game with 100 mats. Not too bad here. Can he make a big play? He needs another elimination. Unfortunately, he just couldn't grab all the resources.
Yep, there is an opponent close by. He does go down for the edit below. Gets a great shotgun shot on him. Unable to follow it up, though. Here he is. No reasons. Oh, 2 players. 1 on the high ground, taking shots down on him. He goes down to pick up those resources, hopefully getting into the zone now. Jasper jumping into that baller when Spectro was bounced or boogie bombed out of it.
Spectro is in the top 10 as well, so he's got to make another big game here if he wants to push himself up that board. He's got a push on. He is okay for the time being. He will be fine. Lifty on Twitch, back to Lifty. Still has a boogie in his arsenal here. 0 materials. He's back on 0 materials. Even in the best case scenario, he got up and over that mountain. He has no mats, but he can recycle some of these builds just so I would be mapped out perfectly. But Loadsman gets owned right there, and Lifty is going to get hurt really, really bad here.
Look at his resources now. Totally recuperating what he needed to make this play away. Hopefully able to find time to get the minis off, but it's not enough. He gets taken out by Spectro. Dexterity on that high ground. Chase in the middle, and Zen on that low ground. Going back through other people's builds. You got to be really careful here not to get trapped because you're going to have to break through things that aren't yours.
That's right. 5 players remain. Spectro's in the best position possible, just under the highest player up, but he still has his bush on. Now landing on Chase. Is he going to be able to get the trade out? That's a big shot. The bush is off, but Now Spectro's sitting above him. Zen actually gets owned right there. Oh, he gets hit by the poison dart. So Zen might just get a freebie.
Chase
unless
is so
Spectro
low.
can secure it.
Zone takes him out. Spectro hopped into that baller last second to protect against the shot, but Dexterity drops down and takes him out. 1v1 situation.
Yes, Ryanator is in a really good spot here, but he does not have materials. He does have a rift to go. Is he going to go for the clean rift, or is he going to try to pull the player? Okay, he just goes for the rift here. And just like that, the storm takes down Dexterity. He doesn't get the elim, but he does secure
elimination
the win.
victory. Ryanator, YouTube, congratulations, sir.
Upload that, upload that.
Upload that.
Let's go. Rift to go is going to be the saving grace there. Honestly, I think even if he fell down, he probably would have had it just to how close the storm tick was taking that one away there.
Yeah, his opponent was very low down there, and yeah, Grassman 0 elimination win.
It'd be like
these
that.
caliber of lobbies is impressive in itself. We're coming in on Tristan and Harmful. We got Vortex up there in the corner. It looks like they're playing a little bit of Turtle Wars here, coming back and forth through this nice build
These are my
created.
favorite kind of battles where it's that fair 1v1. I want to see who can take who is the better player, who can play the better mind games here. That's really what it comes down to. All right, so it looks like some shots have been exchanged between the two. He's going to go ahead and backtrack to some previous loot. There's a whole extra pump there. Right hand peek, Tristan, bye-bye. You forgot about him. Peekaboo, no longer in the game. Your last game is probably up right there because we're in the final moments of what is NA West. These are everyone's last games here. They have to put it all on the table here, Kitty.
All on the table for those 2 spots out of 3,000 players. They are doing everything they can to get into that event, into the money, and to show the world that they are the best player in Fortnite.
That player's trying to heal on the storm line. Harmful's got a number on him. Can he land the 2 more shots he needs to get that elimination? Doesn't look like it. Wait a second. He's debating impulses. He says, you know what? I ain't done yet. I want to get to the heart of it.
8 impulses, monster.
Way up to the high ground. I love this play here, saving so much material. And he's now in the zone. He's in the middle here. Should buy him the next zone as well. He'll be okay for quite some time. This is the middle of Pleasant Park. It's not going to be so pleasant as they have to rotate straight through the heart of Pleasant here.
Yep, they're about to create chaos here. Lots of players positioned in the same area. You want to make sure you own all your walls around. You have something extra to be behind if anyone goes for those heavy sniper plays. And Harmful now making a push. Still has 5 impulses in his inventory and that rift.
That worked out so perfect because once he got to the zone, he also caught the favoritism of the zone here. So now he's going to be able to get ahead and hopefully play with this AR and all this ammunition that he has to pick up elimination since he has so much time to breathe here.
Yep, he was making that early push for the zone instead of trying to shoot out those early or people on the outside rotating in, getting a nice tunnel towards the zone, towards other people's builds.
If he can just get ahead and then build a big old base, he'll get there first and he'll have the drop on everyone. And this is why being ahead of the zone sometimes and going on offense is the best play to make. He is just hurting players that are rotating. That guy's one shot. And Sizer goes down to Harmful here.
Yep,
the feed is also lighting up.
Shots on everybody. So many rotating within his line of sight into the zone. Doom Cold, Youngster. There is a jump pad there. He does take it up. I believe it got canceled, though, and pushed him onto that mid zone. Harmful, still watching him, has access to that rift, has access to the impulses, able to make this whole rotation without using any of his movement items.
Yes, Harmful is totally in this game as he lands another elim on the rotation right there. That's going to be huge for him now overhead. All he's got to do is wait in front of it. There it is. But he gets shot from the side. So now going to the overhead, Harmful is going to use his rift. He's going to go to the top as Doom Cold created that pressure. Doom Cold looking for aggro Youngster. They're going to get treated out as Sub catches a 2-for-1 special right there. I am pretty sure. Look at how many ballers are in the game here. No one wants to go down. They are trying their hardest to just make it as these are their final games here. World Cup Day 2 qualifier. Nebraska's TV. They're still...
Okay, look at where this zone is going now. We're going to have another mountain finish, but he doesn't notice that a player's landed on top of him. He puts that trap down to prevent that, but is unable to get the opponent. Doesn't even notice him, gets cracked. Now we're watching him. Nebraska's unable to finish that elimination, trying to edit up this mountain, but the ballers, they're making things a little bit chaotic.
Yeah, although he couldn't secure the elimination, he still does have the positioning here, and this player comes right back at him. Great trap play because the ramp is going to force him to hug found that trap, so it was undodgeable. Now, double editing back up and out. He still is ahead of the pack here, as there's only one player above him. And now everyone's reaching that upper layer. Tyler still in this game. Cade's still in this game. He's been in the baller the whole time. Not even shot once. He is so healthy, too.
We also saw Harmful still alive from earlier, probably utilizing those impulses to get to this point. And Nebraskis does manage to find an elimination through that push, has access to that slurp and those minis, but he needs a chance to take them.
All right, only 2 players can progress to the World Cup stage finals here in
Only
this
2.
qualifier.
These are
Only
the
2 from
final
this region.
moments.
Ooh, nice heavy shot right there as he was in the middle of an edit. That's what happens when you hold your edits for a little too long. You can get punished.
Oh,
Now Nebraska has a decision to make. Is he going to start flushing players out? It's a big decision to make. If he does it too soon, he's going to have congestion down below when he doesn't need it quite yet. So there it is. This is him, you know, pretty much choosing his own poison, because Squirrely was forced out because of him. But Squirrely's now down there. He's no way he's going to come back in.
Taken out by the zone. Bob gets stuck in the zone as well. Cade pushed out of that baller and taken down by Nebraska's Bot Bucks coming down from the rift. He just got Impulse into the storm. Bebop. Oh, Impulse is back into the storm, but Impulse is too far. He's going to go down.
He's using his impulses like a boss right here. Well played. So now, Nebraska's and Bot Bucks going toe-to-toe here. Bot Bucks only has 26 HP because he does get chunked down. Can he pop this pot? We will find out in just a bit as Nebraska is looking up, trying to see if he can find a weak opportunity. He is fully loaded on his arsenal here, but he needs to pop his minis.
Be able to take it.
Here it is. This is a 1v1. This is a 1v1. Ooh, he just cannot. This is it. Put it all out there, and Nebraska wins the game by landing the big pump. He couldn't pop the pot. He was just a little too soon on the hesitation. Nice job for Nebraska's TV right there, securing an W right there.
So
Good job.
If you're trying to look him up, it's Nebraskis.
Nebraskis, I'm
Not
so
Nebraskis.
sorry. I'm in it right now. I'm
I just
so
want
in
to make
it.
sure he gets the attention and love he deserves for
Shout out
pulling
to
off that win.
Nebraskis.
Shout out to Nebraskis. We've got one more game for you guys. For West, we've got Hug, we've got Man, we've got Vaporize, we got Ricky, we got Master, we got No Stretch Shoddy. Lots posted up on what looks like a Polar Peak finish. What do you think about this?
This is one of the weirdest places to do the end games. There's a couple places in the polar region that, quite honestly, you know, you don't ever want to, and especially in a competitive game, because these mountains are so treacherous to climb up. It is very scary coming up or down these mountains for that matter, because there's some layers that are just really hard to descend from. So it's all about mobility here, and depending on which way this goes, this is really going to shape out and make or break some players' games.
Yeah, lots of players posted up at different layers of here. Like you were talking about, hard places to descend. Here we are looking at one of those walls where you just have to waterfall if you want to get down. It'll be interesting to see where the mini map shows the next zone. Will they have to go north over the peak? Oh, looks like they're going to be okay still, remaining on the peak, going for that play. Lynx, wearing the Lynx skin, coming out and taking out a Lynx.
Lynx did not want to let that battle go. So Lynx was actually hunting down Xcal. Xcal pulled off the rift, and that's how he got in that situation. So that was pure aggro. Those are one of those guys that will chase you down all the way across the map. He doesn't care. That's his point to make right there, and he made sure he got it this time around.
It was his skin to wear there once.
And it's also his skin to wear. It is also his skin to wear, because he's the real Lynx in this situation.
Yeah, awesome job, awesome play onto him. He thought he was safe in the zone, but instead had him push in. Now we're coming in on Go Gamer. No eliminations yet, but does have those stick grenades. We have not seen a lot of sticky grenades today. Definitely a lot more dynamite and RPGs, but does have that in his inventory. Also access to the redeploy. We've been seeing a few of that a little bit today as well.
Clingers are a bit ineffective in comparison to stinkers. That's why you'll see him make him to the M-gaze a little more often. And Dynamite just has such a great radius. It's almost just as good for the most part. But here we go. Go Gamer. Looks like he is lost on the side of this mountain here. He's just hanging out. There's not much going around him, but this is what happens when you play with these super elevated, these crazy elevations that is Polar Peak.
Yep, now all these players are going to have
Amigos, no olviden dejar su like, y suscribirse al canal, por favor, para que el canal siga creciendo.
Chico guns on that mid ground. Gamer getting back at his baller, which I guess he was protecting that whole time. Vaporize off, going to use the zip line. Exotic using the zip line, and we're following Lynx now. We saw him earlier taking out the other Lynx skin. Now having a bit of an engagement, a clean pump shotgun onto him.
Yeah, it actually works out, taking his time to move out from the top of the mountain, because everyone quickly jumped on the opportunity to take a launch pad. Instead, Lynx stuck around for a little bit to pick up some elims on unsuspecting players. Now with the RPG, that's going to drop that player. 60 hertz, 150 ping. Sorry, bud. You are sent back. You're out of here. Now, Lynx is still going for it. Big RPG, big pump follow-up. Dabble's just going to get hit just a little there. Double's still in it, though. He is okay. Lynx is not giving up his aggression, though.
Tendo making a play for his high ground. So is Double. He is going to try and reclaim that right now, but it doesn't look like he's going to be able to. We got Playboy down here. Hugzu, no eliminations. Oh, gets pokey bumped out of his baller. And then rifted.
He's still dancing.
All right, this is a little chaotic here in these last games. 17 remaining, zone 7. Looks like the Polar Peak was able to lose a lot of opponents.
Yeah, it's actually worked out in their favor, though. It's not going too high back up this mountain. It's actually just played around this.
Hug's favor.
Yeah, this area here. So Hugzu now finds a little real estate here in the zone. Can he put some pressure down to get some points?
Oh, he's not quite in the zone yet, Monster. He's got a little ways to go, but he is safe for the moment. Looking to take shots on his opponents, rotating in right now. Ooh, ability for a clean shot there.
He's going to steal that one.
In the zone.
Is he going to go for that second elimination? So he gives up the position on the mountain for an elim. That's a very sketchy play right now. Let's see how this is going to fall into his...
Did he notice the boogie bomb player behind him? Yes, he did. They're fighting on the other side.
So much going on here. He gets another one. Dusty Boat. It looks like it was all worth it because he now finds
eliminations
multiple, multiple eliminations here.
Oh, but we were talking about this earlier, playing around that peak. He goes to try and build up, but gets taken out by Zardicus. Now got his first elimination, only 10 light ammo, though. He's not going to be able to make those hard pushes against these players and break their walls.
That's why you got to be careful on those cliffs. Just staying in for a little bit longer. He probably could have gotten placement because he already had the high ground. Jumping down was his fatal error. So here it is.
Ooh,
big pump right there. Extendo.
Deleted.
Zardicus turns around, hits the 180. Who's magic? Not yours. Zardicus takes that one from him. Schling at the high ground. No stretch shotty also even higher than that.
Yep, now they're having to come up back through these builds, break them in time while scaling the hill. Going down. Lou is pretty. Anthony, Master Zoran on this low ground. No stretch shotty has the ultimate high and that boom bow right now.
And he just won an incredible shotgun battle against Sling right there. He was actually losing that battle. Now he is back in position here with the materials he needs to rack this out for the rest of the game. With the boom bow here and the slurp effect going down, he can totally steal this game. This is his game to steal. All he has to do is keep the pressure down. He should probably use the AR first. Get down in there. If he doesn't crack it open, he's going to miss out on big opportunity here.
Yeah, every elimination counts, as we saw earlier, for that top 2 spot for NA West right now. Using the boom bow, trying to get the little tags between the cracks here, but no one's giving him that opportunity.
All right, so here it is. He's still charging up that bow. He's looking for that precise shot to squeeze it on through. Remember, you do not need to catch a direct impact. All you have to do is catch nearby. It does have explode damage. Master Zoran cannot touch the zone. He's got to make a big play on Lewis. Is pretty sometime soon. He's sitting right above. Will he get hit by the bow here? He's exposed. Stretch, this is your time. You missed your opportunity. Now it's up to the zone.
Doesn't get it.
Stretch still wins the game. Holds out. He does have the campfire. Wow. Misses a couple elims, but it's all good. Take the L. Yeah, you do that. You do that, my friend. You won that game right there. But with that, that's going to conclude those final moments. Shotty left a couple points on the board. Balla, take it over.
Taking the L. Hopefully he's taking this qualification spot because we only have half an hour left. The queues are closed now, guys. There's no more games going to start after this point. This is the last ones going in. If you did hit that queue button before it, we're going to be able to take a look at those games. But for now, we're going to take a quick look at some of those last games that we saw. Sundown, how were they?
Yes, indeed. We are going to take a look at some of those last games and some of the players to keep an eye on. So first, we're going to jump on board with Bolt Johnny. He was the NA West Blackheart Cup solo winner. So one of those players, we talked about the cross-section of those guys being able to push through and utilizing this high ground there, picking up an elim early, picking another one up there, and then just maintaining the advantage. You can see how he's able to walk this out, seeing he has the high ground the entire time, knows he has extra shields, knows the player has to challenge, puts the campfire down, and then also double covers it so he has the extra ticking going through. It will save him one extra tick over the time, and as the other two players go to challenge, Wheels goes down. Johnny taking the victory out right there. So now we're going to jump on board with I'll Chase or Ill Chase, whichever one it is. Please let us know. X13 in there as well, using the Chug Jug. We talked about how it can be so risky towards this late game circles, but if it goes off ball, it gives you a big advantage.
Yeah, I can't believe he's going to get this off. This is crazy. He's going to max out both on shield and health, so it's okay to take a little bit of storm ticks here.
Yeah, takes a couple storm ticks, and now this gets him back into the fray. So notice here, he is only sitting on the 4 elims, but as he gets rolling, he's going to be able to convert it into more. Gets the position in the storm, picks up a great edit play there, then also goes back, tops back up on Matt. So now sitting on the 6 elim, drops in, or 5th, drops in, picks up Harrians right away, and he's not done yet either. Continuing to challenge through on others player, picks up number 8 here, but unfortunately Zen was able to put down one of those poison traps at the end, so able to challenge in. This is what the standings look like with still a couple games going in, so it can get shaken up in there as well. Not complete yet. As we said, the queues are closed, but there is still 30 minutes remaining. So while this is a good recognition, a good spot to look at, you see Snow and Andrew still challenging up there, Riverson, Edgy, Epic Whale, IXE, then any of those players with a clutch victory out and some more eliminations could challenge towards the end. So, I mean, it's so close, Paula.
It's time to clutch up. That's all I have to say. If you're any one of those players outside, or in the top 5 right now, it's time to clutch up.
I mean, to be fair, though, we saw in both Oceania and in Brazil where there was only one spot on the line. It came down to quite literally the last game for Sleia and then for, who came out of Brazil as well? Leleo. Apologies, yep. Right there, the very last game. And also, there's a great clip of him and his family celebrating afterward. You can go check that out. But we're going to go to a short little break before we get back in, get the rest of the NA West matches, and then crown our last 2 qualifiers.
And the classic Sundown T-pose.
What's up, Fortnite fam? Sundown here, and today we're going to answer the question, what is meta? Everyone is always talking about the term meta, but what does it actually mean, and what does meta look like in Fortnite? Meta is actually an acronym for the term most effective tactic available. But what does this mean in practice? Meta, at its core, is utilizing the tools and strategies that make it easiest for the player to succeed. Utilizing meta minimizes the burden on the player to feel like they need to make ridiculous plays and allows them to maximize their efficiency. So what has the meta been in Fortnite, and how have we gotten here? A lot of the initial innovation started around building, with credits to Myth starting off the trends of 1x1s and building up for high ground advantage. From there, the building aspect really took off, and we saw so many great leaps in player tech and innovation. From Symphony and Mr. Savage's incredible edit plays to the advent of coning other players in order to get an advantage, we've seen the meta around building shift dramatically from the beginning. However, building isn't the only place where tactics are ever evolving. We've heard of the spray meta, which was dominated by high rate of fire weapons to create pressure. We've also seen the wall buster or Thwifo meta, where players utilize heavy sniper, double barrel, and hand cannons to violate the previous safety of their opponent's 1x1s. And we've seen tons of additions to mobility, allowing players to constantly come up with new and innovative ways to rotate around the map. With players finally getting their sea legs under them in Season 8, we've seen huge developments in the meta. With the addition of ballers, geysers, cannons, and the volcano, there's a ton of new strategies developing that players are taking advantage of. And let's not forget the flint knock, that is just now starting to be utilized in very cool ways to gain an advantage.
We see Steve's able to utilize this flintlock to get up on the building, and he gets a high ground behind him.
We're excited to see what else Season 8 will bring, and who will finally crack the code to find the most treasured meta. Jump on and drop in. It's time to kick off the Fortnite World Cup competition. From April 13th to June 16th, we'll be running Fortnite World Cup Online Opens, where you can qualify to compete for your chance at a piece of the $30 million prize pool. But how will these work, you ask? Each week will alternate back and forth between solos and duos competition, with players qualifying from each server region in Oceania, Asia, Europe, Brazil, NA East, and NA West. To find specifics for your server region, go to Fortnite.com/World Cup. To play in the online opens, you'll need to compete in the new Arena mode, an always-on form of competition where players can rank up tiers and leagues. It all starts in the Open League, and when players earn 125 points, they'll advance into Contenders League. After that, you'll need to build your way up to 300 points to unlock Champion League, where the Saturday Online Open players will be chosen. Then, we'll take the top 3,000 solo players or 1,500 duos from that Saturday's semifinals and advance them to the Sunday finals. Each Sunday, 20 players will rise to the top and qualify to join us in New York for the Fortnite World Cup Finals. Buckle up, because we're officially on the road to the Fortnite World Cup Finals.
Amigos, espero que les esté gustando el video. Espero dejen su like y no olviden suscribirse por favor y activen la campanita para que les lleguen las notificaciones. Y sigan apoyando al canal por favor.
Welcome back, Fortnite fam. Your favorite line. We are here with the North American West wrap up. We're at the tail end here. The queues are done. We're doing the World Cup qualifiers, guys. It's been a crazy one. I'm Monster D-Face. We have Sundown and Baller here, who's gonna walk you guys through all the craziness that is to come. There are just a few games, that are on the horizon here. This is it. Final moments.
This is it indeed, the final moments. Last 2 players to qualify through. We've already seen 17 players book their ticket to the Fortnite World Cup final in New York City on July 26th to the 28th. But first, real quick, I'm joined with Ball and want to make a quick correction. We said before previously on the cast that $75,000 was that minimum price at the World Cup. For qualifying into it, you get $50,000. Just wanted to straighten that out a little bit. Still not a small chunk of change, but we're going to dive right on into it. As we said, the matches are getting in there. The queue times are done. This is the very end. The players need to clutch up here. It's clutch time if you want one of those top 2 spots or want to try and bump into that $1 million prize pool. Get your little share of it. Get a couple $100 for your effort on the day, as we have Bro Corey, Alpha Male Rez, Jay Gwinch, Vaccent all on our screen. 37 players remaining in Circle 5, Paula.
And this is the home stretch, and Brockery already putting the pressure on. This might be his box. No, that's his opponent's wall, and he's going to pick his pickaxe out real quick. That player's gonna place the stairs. He's gonna go back right up. Oh, is he maybe going through the cone?
He knows that player is there, does have the 3, and is not the one to actually convert on that. Waits for the other player to push through the box and gets the secondary conversion as he goes to Loot Goblin.
This is why you need to make sure that you pay attention and figure out what the play is instead of jumping into the loot, because that entire box was not that player. So Brockery takes advantage of that.
Yep, you can't afford to be impatient in these circumstances. Again, if you guys are just joining us, welcome. It's been a crazy weekend of Fortnite action. The first online open qualifier for the Fortnite World Cup. We are on the road. We've qualified 17 players. This is the top 3,000, the best of the best from NA West, all vying for 2 spots to be in that World Cup final on the stage in New York. I mean, it's nuts. The competition is there. As you see, Prancy, who clutched up huge earlier today, picking up the Elim on dexterity.
Yeah, I'm looking Dordan in this lobby as well. So many different players that are trying to get those 2 spots. You said it. 2 spots remaining for today. And there's still so many more too. Sundown is not even, this is the first weekend. Brockery is gonna get another edit down.
Yeah.
Perfect.
If you are interested in how many players qualified per region, Oceania, Asia, and Brazil all had 1. Europe qualified through 8. NA East had 6, and now we're on NA West with 2.
I can't believe he actually, through all that, he had the baller as well. And I said it before, he needs to go for those eliminations, which is what he did, and then found the baller as well.
The amount of utility he has in his kit right now, between the baller, the launch pads, the campfires, and the 5 boogie bombs, if he wants to make him go disco, he can. Not able to find the conversion, though, and the utility doesn't matter if you don't get to use it. Great disengage there to hop in the baller and get out of dodge.
You gotta take those risks, though. It didn't pay off there, but you got to take those risks to get those points. Cease just tweeted, every single point matters in these. Every single one.
I mean, even less than a point. We saw the last qualifying spot in Europe came down 3 players tied up, the 2 victory outs being the difference for Train H DRG, as I sit in Ballers. Hasn't been sitting in Ballers anytime we've watched him. This is false advertising. You have been slaying out. 3 eliminations, 22 players left, so getting at least 6 points here. Top 25, that first threshold for 3 points. Top 15 gets you 2. Top 5 gets you 2, and the victory out gets you 3. 21 players left, Balla.
I just have to say, this building is so clean. He's going to try to place a trap. Not going to have one of those. But just like, ooh, he continues to get knocked down. This is so precarious. He's going to manage to find some time to take this big pot. No, not enough.
Great disengage, moving up a square and away from that player, and now moving through the old builds. Only has 48 builds, mostly meta left. Now trying to find players with the rotation. Use the heavy snipe and finds Jay Gwynch on the tarp underneath, listening around for that, using that audio, finding the cues, checking the backside of the circle, waiting for those players to come through as he lands another shot on the backside and is able to clean that one up. Ison and Ballers rotating on the backside of the storm, picking up Elim after Elim and pushing himself into the top 15.
And another shot as he continues this rain right on low ground, but watch how he builds. Every time he gets to a different layer, it's a perfect box up. He's covered from all different angles. Baller, I sit in Ballers right now, finds Vinny as well, the perfect play, and another one. Can he get it? The trap goes in the stairs, but doesn't manage to find it in time. Dordan actually escapes there through the trap.
Trading that one out for Elim.
Heavy snipe.
Use the heavy snipe, pushes into the box on the other player, but then he is able to ramp out and defend himself. Less than 100 effective HP, but Dordan finds him on the vertical disengage. Way to stick with that. Notices another player underneath. 7 left as Brokori picks up your mom on toast. 6 players left. I'm sure that doesn't taste that delicious as Dordan is looking for the next threshold. He is reloading. Nope, doesn't get the reload on the heavy snipe. Does have that long reload time like the RPG. Jump pad going up as one player goes to contest the high ground. Everybody wants to stay in the server, doesn't want to be eliminated. As we said, these are the last matches. You can't queue anymore. You get 3 hours or 10 matches, and nobody wants to drop any points here.
Yeah, and Dordan has been sitting in this box for such a long time. That's going to bring him towards that top 5. That's what he wants for those next points. But one thing I have to point out, Brokeri is still alive. He's fighting for height right now. This is an important fight because Brokeri is going to take it, and he has 6 boogie bombs. Remember, 5 boogie bombs, sorry. And there's only 3 players left. He could get them all right now.
But one other player there, went down before that, so Ty was still able to get those valued placement points. Bro Corey has so much control right here. 4 more boogie bombs. Owl Kirky on that low ground. Might also be Gold Kirky, not quite sure. My periodic table of elements is okay. Joel challenging Jordan as Kirky is actually able to take that elimination away. Huge pick. No, Jordan got it through the siphon, but he got traded out at the last minute. So great pickup from him there. 6 eliminations, 4 on Bro Corey. Kirky on the low ground. Jordan looking for whatever space he can. Only has 2 more mats. Tries to get a trade out onto Kirky, but barely nicks him, getting the 30 minimum damage. Kirky challenges from the side, but Jordan was waiting with the right hand. Bro Corey throws the boogie bomb down. And Disco challenges Jordan, turns around, and he picks it up. You have to be patient. There's nothing he could have done. Don't drop down and rush your shot. Drop down, or honestly, chain your boogie bombs out you had for. Jordan punishes him.
Confirm that, because the zone is going to push him all the way outside of the builds, anywhere where there's any cover at all for Jordan. You can chain those 4 in a row. I don't care. Just make sure you secure that elimination. But regardless, Jordan, the clutch up there, that was perfect. And when that boogie bomb comes out, he was scared, but didn't hit him. So he's fine.
8 eliminations and the victory out, 18 points there. We've seen a lot of these regions coming down to the difference of 1 or 2, but we're jumping right on board. You have Lolly Liquor in there. Nick Merckx, the fan favorite. Give me the M-Fams in chat if you got that Spartan helmet. Represent. You have CU ladder. Well, hopefully we see you on that ladder, sitting at 3 eliminations as our current leader. 37 players remaining. We are on NA West, the last region. The last 2 players to qualify for that Fortnite World Cup final will be crowned shortly. All the players trying to get as many points as they can, whether to push into the top 2 or to push into the money.
Shot.
As Nick goes down to Lolly Liquor, the heavy sniper, punishing that rotation. And I mean, that we've talked about it, this heavy sniper is so good, so versatile. That's one, and why the players fear it so often when in the hands of these really, really top tier players.
Yeah, it could take you out at a moment's notice, and I think we just got another shot. No, he's going to finish that with the silenced AR, but another player coming in on top of him while he's making that play. The Rift, that's going to be perfect. I don't see any mobility in his inventory, so that's going to take him all the way to zone, and this zone is on that ice. It's so, you have to be careful not to get iced here, because if you do, you end up sliding it and slipping all the way towards the zone.
Yep, and it makes it that much harder to execute in these close quarter combat situations. One more variable that you have to deal with as you see the battle for the high ground going through. TSM Vinny is in this match. Lolly Liquor in there as well. Rich Homie Quinn, who we've seen pop off a lot. Cased in there as well. We're heading in towards Scheme, who is looking to line up some AR shots here. You see him peeking the angle, sitting on 3 elims currently, but not really necessarily doing too well in terms of the loadout. Does have the glider redeploy, but sitting on uncommon AR, uncommon suppressed SMG, and a rare pump. So does have the 1-shot threshold with the pump, but has to execute here. A great pickup to get Joaquin as he's trying to rotate.
Man, take those shots when you get them. Anytime that opportunity comes up, make sure you take those opportunities, because you never know when they could be low. There was only 30 HP on Joaquin there. He's going to take him out. Nice shot there by Steam.
Yeah, Joaquin, unfortunately, I know, just getting through on that, but a good effort, dropping just outside that top 25. Now we're going to take a look at Bolt's Dade, again, the player for Bolt Esports, trying to find some room in there. We see he does have the tactical and the infantry rifle, so a little hurting there. That toolbar at the bottom, not 100% accurate, does have a little bit more utility than given. And we're moving over towards Polar Peak, but not up it. It's just over the side, which means it is still going to be in play, and nobody likes to be looming towards that Old Man Mountain. Tack coming out, using that high rate of fire, putting pressure down, and trades out with Andy.
Oh, no.
But he needs to be able to get up through this player build. Can he get there? No. One more tick. Needs to jump and get the momentum. No. Dade goes down. Hokage Vane picking up another one, but he did land inside the top 25. Good call out there. Bala does get the 3 points as we pick it up. 22 players left.
Yeah, and Fright, look at this 1-by-1 that he's built on the far side of the zone. Everybody's starting to rotate through him right now, and he has the highest point. So everybody's starting to build up. You can see this big build fight. Fright's not looking for it right now. He's just looking for those shots, looking for those opportunities, looking for those points.
Wants as many points as possible. Again, points are the name of the game. You get them by getting 1 per elimination. Top 25 is 3. Top 15 is 2 more. Top 5 is 2. And the victory route takes 3 for 10 cumulative placement points. But now you need to slay out. You need to get everything you can as Devils picks up CU ladder. Was our elim leader, but Devils picking up another one there. Great run on this low ground, backside of the circle. We've talked about it so many times. This is one of those power positions if you're ready to fight. Drops the ramp right away, gets the ramp edit, but the other player is waiting. Really be able to convert. Yes, he does. Phoenixia going down there. Tavern picking up Fright. Lolly Liquor going down as well. So we're into the top 15. You have Snow. We saw him so high up on that leaderboard. Now he's so high up in terms of elevation. Getting dropped as he goes to Waterfall, but has the glider redeploy. And he's landing on top of Steam. Will he be able to retake the high ground and be safe? He is sub 50 effective HP as we are getting into the Chaos Ball. 12 players remaining.
Yeah, and Snow being in this lobby, he was top 2. So this is so important for him. He's got to make sure he performs here. Steam taking a little bit of time to use those small shield potions. He's gonna drop down on the Vinny. That's him, and there it goes. Tavern actually takes him out. So Steam not gonna keep his Steam, but still, so many players up. This is coming down to the wire, Sundown. The last zone is looming.
It is looming as we are moving back over towards that polar peak. We are on that angle. You have Crazy Goat on ultimate high, Ashes, Novi on the low ground. And the mid ground tarp is a who's who of player. Subgreed, Devils, Carson in there as well. Devils trying to find another one. We've talked about his proficiency in this middle ground tarp, in this close quarter situation, picking up another great shot there. 5 elims, 7 players left. 2 more elims will push us into that last placement threshold. Then it's all about eliminations and the victory route as Crazy Goat is still just raining shots down from above.
And I really like what he's doing. He's just causing as much chaos as possible down at low ground and mid ground and making sure there's nobody directly under him.
Yep, and you have Snow in the top right, Crazy Goat in the bottom right. Crazy Goat is on the ultimate high. Snow, a tarp underneath it. Subgreed looking to challenge up. RPG being fired down, not finding its mark. Still 7 players remaining. Everyone trying to hold on, stay in the server, not be eliminated. They want as many points as possible. They want to convert. Devils picking up another great elimination there onto Carson. 6 players left. Snow gets one onto Subgreed, but also gets traded out. Needs to be careful. The RPG going down, but 3 coming out. Devils got 2 of them. Navi got another. So now it is a 1v1. Snow on the low ground. Crazy Goat on the high ground. Crazy Goat water falling down, trying to challenge Snow. Looking up, gets the edit out. Forces Crazy Goat down. Great shot from Crazy Goat to trade out, but it's still so close. Effective HP is a difference of about 20. Crazy Goat has that RPG looking for an angle. Snow isn't getting to him. This is masterfully done by Snow on that top right corner right now.
Oh, the play defensively.
And he gets the side jump, gets over on the side, retakes high ground from Crazy Goat. Nice. Side jumps out, and Snow finds him. Snow finds Crazy Goat as he goes for it on the side. He says, do you know who I am? I'm Snow XD. We're on top of the Snow. I'm on top of the leaderboard.
Espero que les haya gustado y dejen su like.
The gingerbread man giving it a little dance, taking the victory out, showing why he was at that top. But don't forget, this isn't necessarily that exact last game. That doesn't